A volcano in Iceland could erupt any moment now.
Massive cracks opening on the streets and in homes. A mile-long pool of lava below the town threatening to erupt.
Iceland is one of the most active volcanic areas in the world, with 41 active systems across the country. And the dangers this time are very real.
It would be much closer to very important infrastructure and also much closer to the town of Grindavik.
The southwestern village of Grindavik, now a ghost town. Many of its 4,000 residents taking refuge in nearby shelters.
That's right, an entire town is emptied out because the threat doesn't only come from one point. There's a long stretch of magma bubbling beneath the earth, a magma corridor. And when and where it erupts could lead to devastating consequences. There are a few different ways this could all play out, and each one has its own challenges. The magma corridor is exactly how it sounds. It's a 15-kilometer tunnel of magma bubbling beneath the surface, stretching all the way to the Atlantic Ocean. And on top of it, a fishing village, a critical power station, a famous geothermal spa. So the danger comes from the possibility of a fissure. So it's basically a linear vent of lava, and it could open up along any point of that path.
But sometimes the magma will have enough force behind it that it actually can push itself through that fracture and continue breaking it and open up a pathway all the way to the surface.
If a fissure develops under or near Grindavik, which is a small fishing town about 40 kilometers from Reykjavik, that would be a disaster. So getting people out of there was a top priority.
On Saturday, Icelandic authorities began going house to house, making sure the roughly 4,000 residents have moved to safety.
It's quite out of the ordinary. It's not something that we're used to, but it is something that we do train for and we have plans for.
Authorities let residents back in briefly on Tuesday to grab their belongings.
So we are in a big, huge feeling of uncertainty and kind of sadness and like despair. There's no planning anymore. It's just, we live just from one day to another, and that's it.
There's also a piece of critical infrastructure sitting along that magma corridor. It's a geothermal power plant that supplies power to the whole country. Workers are digging trenches around the plant to keep lava from reaching it in case there's an eruption nearby.
What they're trying to do is to build up a wall of gravel around that power station so that if the volcano does blow and spew out lava, that the river of molten rock can be diverted around the power station and keep the lights on.
Let's say the eruptions aren't near the town and they avoid the power station. Well, the thing is, where this could erupt is what could cause big issues. And remember that corridor? It runs into the Atlantic Ocean. You may be thinking, maybe a volcano erupting in the ocean is better than on land, and you wouldn't be totally wrong depending where on land. But what happens when magma comes into contact with water is it disintegrates into ash.
And because the grains are much smaller and they're fairly light, they can be carried up into the atmosphere by the eruption plume, which are sort of typically maybe 6, 7, or 8 kilometers high, and then get dispersed away by wind.
And ash comes with a whole bunch of problems of its own. It can be damaging to breathe, it can contaminate water supplies or kill vegetation, and it can stick around in the atmosphere for weeks, even months. And you might remember the last time a volcano erupted and formed an ash cloud over Iceland.
Tonight, travelers are stranded in all on 6 continents. This is the plume from the air, a massive cloud of ash following the winds and weather patterns right across the Atlantic.
The ash cloud grounded flights and disrupted travel in Europe for days. Okay, getting back to when this could happen. And part of what makes dealing with a volcanic eruption so tricky is that it's so unpredictable. But while it's hard to say exactly when a volcano will erupt, there are signs.
The warnings couldn't be any clearer for residents of Grindavik.
One of the clearest indicators is seismic activity, tremors and earthquakes. The Icelandic Met Office, so that's the National Weather Service, says there have been more than 1,000 earthquakes on the Reykjanes Peninsula since Sunday.
It was like constant shaking of our house, and like with peaks of 4.5, 4.9, but then it would slow down a little bit, but you would never be, steady. It was always shaking. So we were like a little bit like, this is not normal anymore.
Volcanologists are watching all of that seismic activity for clues about what the magma is actually doing. And there are visible signs of a shift below the surface. Cracks have appeared in the ground, buildings are being damaged, and the ground has even ballooned.
You actually start to see the flat ground being lifted, and we can measure that. And in this case, what we measured at Svartsengi near Grindavik was a rise of 8 millimeters per day, which is actually quite a lot.
Another sign? Temperature increase. Magma is hot and can run over 1,000 degrees Celsius. So as the magma rises, it heats up the water and rock in the ground around it, raising the Earth's temperature. And rising magma also pushes gas up and out of the ground.
The gas might rise faster than the magma and come up through cracks. And that would be a warning signal for an eruption.
So here's the thing to consider as we watch all of this unfold. If the volcano erupts, it could just be one event in a larger chain to come. For almost 800 years, this volcanic system was considered dormant, but in 2021, it sprang back into action.
A spectacular sight in Iceland today with Volcano southwest of the capital, Reykjavik.
It's an eruption nearly 800 years in the making and causing quite the commotion on this Icelandic peninsula.
Following that 2021 event, there were 2 more major eruptions, one in 2022 and another in July of this year, near the Litli Hrutor, or Little Ram Mountain. All of those were in remote areas, away from towns and infrastructure, so they were less of a threat, more of a sight to see.
Oh, it feels so nice. It feels like a music festival here to have so many people around.
Each volcano has its own unique life cycle. Some erupt often, others are dormant for hundreds or thousands of years. But once a volcanic system becomes active, or reactive, a new phase of that cycle is triggered.
The likelihood is that we will have some more events like this in that region. It could be 1, 2, 3, or 4 more. It could take another few years or even a decade.
So while Iceland holds its breath, and no matter how this plays out, it likely won't be the last time they're left watching and waiting for an eruption.